What if your body has been trying to tell you something for months, and you just didn't know how to listen? Not in a dramatic way, not with a sudden emergency, but quietly, slowly, through small signs that most people brush off as normal aging, stress, or just having a bad day. The truth is, your body is constantly communicating. And when it comes to blood sugar balance, some of the most important messages get ignored for years, until they become impossible to ignore. Today, we're going to look at 5 signals that may be connected to how your body is managing glucose. Some of them might surprise you. Others might feel uncomfortably familiar. Stay with me until the end, and because signal number 4 is the one most people completely misread. Let's start by breaking a common myth. Most people believe blood sugar is only something to worry about if you already have a diagnosis. If a doctor hasn't flagged it, you assume everything is fine. But that's not always how it works. Blood sugar imbalances can exist on a spectrum. And for a long time, and sometimes years, the body tries to compensate, sending out quiet signals before anything shows up on a routine lab test. The problem is that modern life creates so much noise, fatigue, stress, processed food, disrupted sleep, that these signals get buried. We normalize how we feel. We assume that being tired all the time is just part of getting older. We think the afternoon crash is just Tuesday, but what if it's not? Signal 1, energy that crashes without warning. You wake up feeling okay. You have your coffee. You get through the morning. Then at somewhere between 2 and 4 p.m. it hits. A wave of exhaustion that makes it hard to think. Hard to focus, hard to do much of anything. This pattern, energy that rises and falls sharply throughout the day, may be connected to how your body is processing glucose after meals. When blood sugar spikes quickly and then drops, your cells don't get a steady supply of energy. They get a flood, then a drought. And your brain, which depends on a consistent glucose supply, notices every single dip. The afternoon crash isn't laziness. It may be your metabolism trying to send you a message. Signal 2, cravings that feel urgent and specific. We're not talking about wanting a snack. We're talking about a craving that feels almost uncontrollable, specifically for something sweet or starchy, that hits hard and fast. When blood sugar drops after a spike, the brain can trigger a hunger response to bring levels back up. It's not a lack of willpower, it's a feedback loop. And here's where it gets interesting. The foods that satisfy the craving in the moment are often the same foods that cause the next spike and the next crash. It can become a cycle that's very difficult to recognize from the inside. If this sounds familiar, I'd love to hear from you. Drop a comment below and tell me where you're watching from, and whether you've ever experienced this kind of relentless craving cycle. You might be surprised how many people are going through the same thing. Signal 3, brain fog after eating. You finish a meal and instead of feeling energized, you feel slow, heavy, like a mental curtain has been pulled down. This is sometimes called a food coma, but it's more than just fullness. When large amounts of glucose hit the bloodstream quickly, the resulting metabolic response can temporarily affect mental clarity, focus, and mood. For many people in their 40s and 50s, this kind of post-meal fog becomes so routine that they stop noticing it. But noticing it and understanding what it might mean is the first step to addressing it. Signal 4, sleep that doesn't restore. Here's the one most people misread. You go to bed at a reasonable hour. You sleep through the night, and you wake up exhausted. What most people miss is that blood sugar patterns don't stop when you close your eyes. If levels are unstable during the night, rising or falling outside a healthy range, your sleep quality can be significantly affected, even if you don't fully wake up. Poor sleep then affects hunger hormones the next day, which affects food choices, which affects blood sugar, and the cycle continues. It's one of the most underappreciated connections in metabolic health, and it often goes unaddressed because the sleep itself doesn't feel obviously disrupted. Signal 5, mood shifts that seem to come from nowhere. Irritability without a clear reason. Anxiety that builds in the late afternoon. A sudden low mood right before dinner. Blood sugar and emotional regulation are more connected than most people realize. The brain is highly sensitive to glucose fluctuations, and even subtle imbalances can influence neurotransmitter activity. stress hormone levels, and emotional stability. If you've ever felt inexplicably irritable or anxious at predictable times of day, especially before meals or a few hours after eating, that pattern may be worth paying attention to. Now here's the part that matters most. These 5 signals don't mean something is permanently broken. They mean the system is asking for support. And one of the most important things you can do is start paying attention to your patterns, your energy, your meals, your sleep. That awareness alone is more powerful than most people give it credit for. Beyond that, many people choose to support their metabolic health through daily habits. Meals that don't create sharp glucose spikes, movement after eating, adequate sleep, reduced processed sugar, and in some cases, targeted nutritional support. There are formulas designed specifically to support healthy blood sugar balance. Blends of ingredients that have been studied for their role in metabolic health, like berberine, cinnamon extract, chromium, and others. These aren't cures. They're tools. Part of a smarter daily routine for people who take their metabolic health seriously and want to give their body consistent support. Not a quick fix, but a real foundation. If today's video helped you see any of these signals in a different light, I want you to do one thing: pay attention this week. Notice your energy after meals. Notice your cravings. Notice how you wake up. Your body is always communicating. The question is whether we're listening. And if you want to learn more about the support option we mentioned, the ingredients, how it works, and where to find more information, check the link in the first pinned comment below. Thank you for watching. Take this seriously. Your metabolism is worth it.